I really want to see that new Elvis movie that Baz Luhrmann has done, but won't happen for another couple of days. So, yeah, in the wake of that, I'm going to be reviewing the 2001 film 3,000 Miles to Graceland, which is not an Elvis movie, but it's heavily Elvis induced. It stars Kurt Russell and Kevin Costner. And it's also got Courtney Cox and John Lovitz and Christian Slater, David Arquette. Yeah, it's got a pretty impressive cast. I never saw the movie all the way through until just recently. I first saw it. I remember seeing bits and pieces of the film when it first came out back in 2001 when I was 6. And yeah, this is an action movie, okay? With Elvis impersonators in Vegas. How awesome does that sound, really? And yeah, the action in this is awesome, okay? I loved all the gunfights and everything. And Kurt Russell and Kevin Costner, who are the leads, especially Costner here, they're badass, okay? And I've always liked Elvis, but this movie introduced me to Elvis's song "Such a Night," which is probably my favorite Elvis song. You can go on YouTube actually. Right before the credits start rolling, you have a montage of the movie, and you have Kurt Russell as not really as Elvis, but he's singing the song "Such a Night," lip syncing to it, of course, and it's pretty awesome. I really thought it was cool stuff. And yeah, you can go on YouTube, check it out, okay? And all of the gunfights in this, also go on YouTube and check them out. The rest of the movie you can just skip. It's 2 hours and nothing else in this movie works, which is a total disappointment, a total letdown. I like Kurt Russell, I like Kevin Costner, love Elvis, love action and gunfights and Vegas, and Courtney Cox is cool, and this partial revenge film, okay? Kurt Russell and Kevin Costner are Elvis impersonators, and they go to rob a Las Vegas casino, and Such a Night is playing in the background, and they take the loot, but Kevin Costner double crosses everyone, tries to kill everyone in the group, and he takes money for himself, but Kurt Russell survives and he goes after his old partner. Now, that sounds pretty awesome, okay? But it like, not all the movie fits well. In fact, barely any of the movie fits well. Here's what's awesome with the movie, okay? The Elvis stuff and the action scenes. And sometimes Kurt Russell and Kevin Costner as their badass selves, okay? Nothing else in this movie gels in the slightest. I remember watching it and just thinking, when's the movie gonna really take hold of me? I want more fun, and yeah, like the movie had so much ingredients to make such a fun. The movie didn't have to be really profound or anything, but just make it a fun, sort of energetic, cool, John Woo-esque, Arnold Schwarzenegger-esque action picture. But it isn't. Okay, so maybe Schwarzenegger and John Woo are a little too high compliments. But come on, this movie had so much ingredients for greatness, but it just fell flat. All the good bits that you can see, 3 good scenes, both the bookend shootouts and Kurt Russell lip singing "Such a Night." Go on YouTube, check those scenes out. I'm glad that YouTube exists, because if it didn't, then you'd have to rent or buy the movie in order to actually watch those scenes. But the movie is not good enough to see. If you watch it, then that's okay. But this is not a movie to see more than once. It's kind of a cheap flick, and it's not satisfying at all. So yeah, aside from those three scenes, I really didn't like 3,000 Miles to Graceland at all. So I'm gonna have to give it 2 stars out of 4.